back on the Impala seat. Right now I need to turn these two pieces of foam into one piece of foam. You've seen me use this before. This is just a cheap Harbor Freight spray gun, and I'm spraying Landau Top Glue by Weldwood. Now I've used other stuff before, but the Weldwood, W-E-L-D-W-O-O-D glue is the best in my opinion. And when you do this kind of stuff, something works, it is very scary to change. All right, let's get this stuff sprayed up. What I'm going to do is spray both sides, let them get tacky, a little bit over tacky, almost dry, and then once they touch, they're there forever. All right, we're going to give that a few minutes to dry, and then we'll stick them together. All right, now get the bottom, and then now let's push it together. All right, that is one piece of foam now, and it will not come apart. And then now we still need to trim off the back of this one. We need to make some stuff to go inside here when we figure out exactly where we're at, but we're really close. All right, we got another one to do, and then we're do the back seat. All right, there we go. Now, of course, this will get covered, and then there'll be some sew foam. So the sew foam will go on. You'll never feel anything. Plus, there's a lot more we've got to do to this before we get finished. Well, there we have it. We've got the new slab all glued together on the back seat, and the two front seats all glued together. So the next part is the part that I hate the most. You've got to grind the foam, sand the foam, get it all smooth, and get it all shaped the way you want it. We've got a few more pieces that we want to glue on here, but then it comes time for that grinding. And it is going to make a mess. It's going to have stuff everywhere. So we got to trim the back of the seat, shape the front of the seat, and then shape our sides. So let's get after it. All right, so this is an old knife, and this is a turkey knife. Now, it's not the fastest way to cut the foam, but it is the safest way when you're doing delicate cuts and you can't fit it in a bandsaw. I want to be able to see the edge of the seat a little bit. I want to be able to see the French stitching that'll go down here along the side. And I want this part that's going to be in the back, that's part of this door panel slash armrest, to be different than the seat. It'll give it a little bit of definition, and it'll look like it was designed that way instead of just pushed in. Now, you can also see that we had made the line across the back here, and I went ahead and cut that out to now it has the arch of the back, and then I went ahead and sanded the edges and rolled them over just a little bit. So now we need to get these side bolsters done. We need to make those, get those glued in, get one going across the back, and then we'll start playing with the design. Okay, so if you don't want every one of your interiors to look the same, then everything is custom, and that's why they call it a custom interior. So you can see, remember where we've cut the foam already. We've shaped the foam, we sculpted the foam with a bow on the back of it to match the rear header that we're gonna build back here. But now we need to find some bolsters, and that's what I call them. You can call them bolsters or sides of the seat, or however you want to do it. Now, you've seen a couple of examples of some that I've kept over the years that go in, and it gives you a nice round spot to put your butt. Yeah, that's too sculpted for me. That's too, like we've said before, too modern. That's how difficult it is to decide on what to do, and it's time consuming. But hey, if you do it right the first time, you want to go back and do it again. But the back seats come out pretty good. There's still some more sanding and stuff that needs to be done, but all I did for now is to get the top shaped. We'll come back and sand all of this once we decide what design we want to put in there, because all of that will be sanded anyway, again, and I don't have that much foam to waste over and over. So now you can see what we did over here on the edges. I backed up, changed the way that I was going to do it. I went a little different route, cut 4 inches off of each end, and made a new piece of foam. From here, once I get the design laid out, we'll do all the sculpting. All right, so on the sides, you can see this one line that I've made going up the side right here. That's gonna be some more foam, and then we're gonna have foam going across the top, coming down the other side. You'll see where I'm going with this if you'll hang with me. Like I said, this is just the rough end version of the foam. There's a lot more to come, so don't go anywhere, stick with me. All right, so I got these new corners made for both sides, and I haven't glued those in yet. But what I need to do now is find the center of the back seat and the center of the bottom so I can keep these as a pair, or keep it to where they're together. 51, that's 25 and a half. That should be the piece that we need to cut off. I have finally found the center line of the back seat, and I'm not gonna have to cut that wedge out that I thought I was gonna have to cut out. Everything is now lining up. Everything is in good shape. I've got a piece of tape holding the foam in place. The foam is level to the back, it's level to the bottom, and we've got a center line on this edge of the tape going down. Now I can start pulling all of my measurements for my design and my foam that I'm gonna put on off of this center line right here. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the bottom. Then we're gonna get these ends glued on and yeah, move on to the next step. A little bit of a tee shot for the next episode. Patterns being made. You don't want to miss it. About 6 or 7 hours worth of work. I could not put it all in a 10 or 12 minute video. So there's going to be multiple parts to this. I don't want to leave anything out. I want all of you guys that are doing this stuff at home to get the right idea that it's not easy, but you can do it. Save yourself about 40 grand, because that's what a custom interior is going for now in a high-end car. I don't know anybody that's doing one any cheaper than about 15 to 20. If you want to see how a high-end interior gets designed, gets built, and gets finished, stick around. I'm going to carry you through it. You buy yourself a $500 machine off of Facebook Marketplace, get out there, break some thread, bend some needles, and use some material until you make yourself happy and save yourself some money and get your job done. So stick around, like, tag, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. I appreciate all your support. Now get out in the garage and go build something. See you guys in the next episode.